uncover the incredible untold story of the young women who unknowingly helped build the atomic bomb. In this captivating documentary-style video, we dive into the secret city of Oak Ridge and the mysterious lives of the girls of Atomic City. What did they know? What didn't they? And how did their story remain a secret for decades? Imagine stepping off a train into a town that doesn't exist on any map, a place where your mail is censored, your conversations are monitored, and your job, it's so secret even you don't know what you're doing. That was the reality for thousands of young women during World War II, recruited to work in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, America's secret city. These women were told they were helping the war effort, but they weren't told how. Every day they twisted knobs, logged numbers, and followed orders without question. No one asked why. No one knew the full picture. Yet their invisible work helped shape one of the most world-altering events in human history, the creation of the atomic bomb. This is the hidden story of the girls of Atomic City, a story buried in secrecy and shrouded in mystery for decades. Why were they chosen? How did an entire city stay hidden from the world? And what did these women feel when they finally learned the truth? The answers lie deep within the hills of Tennessee, inside a city built on silence. This isn't just history, it's a story of courage, secrecy, quiet strength, and a legacy still unfolding today. Before Oak Ridge became one of the most pivotal sites in modern history, it was nothing more than rolling hills and farmland in rural Tennessee. But in 1942, the U.S. government needed a place hidden from enemy eyes, remote, secure, and fast to build. The result was a city that didn't officially exist. Entire communities were displaced overnight, and within months, roads were carved out. Barbed wire fences went up, and construction crews worked around the clock. The site was codenamed the Clinton Engineer Works, but few outside the project ever heard of it. Designed to support one of the most secretive missions in military history, the Manhattan Project, Oak Ridge became a hub for scientific ambition, cloaked in total secrecy. Engineers, scientists, and military officials collaborated on a scale never seen before. Buildings were massive, some stretching over 40 acres, and yet their purpose remained classified. Even those pouring concrete or installing machinery had no idea what they were helping to build. Oak Ridge wasn't just a city, it was a phenomenon, a testament to how a country at war could create a functioning metropolis out of thin air, all in the name of an unknown weapon that would change the world forever. They were young, ambitious, and eager to help their country win the war. Most of them had never heard of Oak Ridge before receiving mysterious job offers, promising good pay, room and board, and patriotic service. Thousands of women, some barely out of high school, boarded trains with no clear destination, carrying only the essentials and a sense of duty. When they arrived, what they found wasn't just a job. It was an entirely different world. The girls were assigned roles they didn't fully understand, monitoring dials, recording numbers, or operating strange machines. Instructions were strict and questions were discouraged. "Don't ask, don't tell" became the unspoken motto. Despite the secrecy, they formed close-knit communities, living in dorms and eating in cafeterias, sharing everything except the details of their work. Some came from small towns, others from bustling cities, but all shared the same experience of stepping into a surreal and tightly controlled environment. There were guards, ID checks, and constant reminders that secrecy was the highest priority. They were told that loose lips could cost lives. None of them imagined that their silent, repetitive work was contributing to the most powerful weapon ever devised, an atomic bomb being built in secret with their hands on the controls. Life in Oak Ridge was unlike anywhere else in America. It looked like a normal town with movie nights, dances, churches, and beauty parlors. but it was all wrapped in wire fences and veiled in silence. Residents lived in a carefully designed bubble. There were grocery stores, schools, even a bowling alley. Yet every person had a badge, every area had a clearance level, and every phone call could be monitored. No one knew exactly what their neighbor did for a living, and that was by design. The women woke early, worked long shifts, and returned to dormitories where they socialized but never spoke of their tasks. Romance blossomed in whispers, friendships deepened through shared confusion, and rumors swirled constantly, each one quickly dismissed by a warning, "You don't need to know." They watched each other for slips, knowing that even a simple word might reach the wrong ears. Some women operated massive machines without ever knowing what they did. One recalled adjusting dials to keep a needle steady. Unaware she was helping enrich uranium, they trusted the system driven by patriotism and the belief that their sacrifices mattered. But beneath the surface was tension, the gnawing question of what exactly they were a part of and what the consequences might be. August 6, 1945. The radio crackled with news from Japan. Hiroshima had been hit by a new kind of bomb, an atomic bomb. The women of Oak Ridge, like the rest of the world, were stunned. But their shock wasn't just at the scale of destruction. It was the realization that they had played a part in creating it. The secret was out. For the first time, they were told the truth. The machines they had operated, the data they had logged, the materials they handled, all of it had been part of the Manhattan Project. The spinning knobs and mysterious readings were tied to the process of uranium enrichment. The pieces they had worked on in silence were now linked to a force that had obliterated an entire city. Some were proud, believing their efforts had helped end the war and save lives. Others felt horror, guilt, or disbelief. Many experienced a mix of all three. They had unknowingly built a weapon of mass destruction, and their names weren't in the headlines. No awards, no public recognition, just a quiet reckoning with the power of what they'd done, and the knowledge that their obedience had helped forge a new and terrifying chapter in human history. Decades passed before the full story of the girls of Atomic City began to surface. For years, their contributions remained classified, their memories fragmented, and their roles largely forgotten by history. But slowly, historians, authors, and journalists uncovered their legacy, piecing together the lives of the women who had unknowingly helped build the bomb that changed everything. Their story is more than a footnote in World War II. It's a testament to resilience, secrecy, and sacrifice. These women challenged gender roles, entering a world of science and engineering long before it was common. They formed friendships that lasted a lifetime, endured isolation and censorship, and shouldered the moral weight of a weapon they never asked to create. Some went on to speak about their experiences, while others remained silent, still haunted by the consequences. But all of them carried a truth. They were part of something much bigger than themselves. And though their names may not be etched into history books, their fingerprints are forever embedded in the atomic age. Their story forces us to ask, what does it mean to serve in silence? And how do we honor those whose greatest acts were kept secret for a lifetime? If this story moved you, consider subscribing and liking the video, because more hidden chapters of history deserve to be told.
Whispers in the quiet rain, they fall, fading shadows dancing on the wall. A memory carved in the depth of time, lingering voices in a wordless rhyme. The air is heavy with an untold dream, a fleeting touch lost in the gentle stream. Eyes that spoke in colors none could name. A whispered truth ignites a fragile flame. The